it's Tree from Tree Essentials, and today I wanted to talk to you about patience being a virtue. And yes, I am including, your hair growth, but as well just on all aspects of life. So let's go ahead and dive and get right into it. For example, I just had to wait about 15 minutes before I could even start recording due to the fact there was a man across the street just now blowing leaves from nowhere, and it's springtime, and he just kept doing it, and that's his job, I guess. But as soon as I got started, that's when it started, and so I had to take 15 and then had to find the right space to record. So this is an amazing opportunity for me to just talk about to you how patience is a virtue in your hair growth journey, but as well and in life. Patience is a virtue due to the fact a lot of people do not want to wait. You don't want to wait on anything. That includes your hair growth, and sometimes that sucks because we want things right at that moment. But the thing about hair growth is we have about 3 different cycles. Sometimes people include 4, but 3 different cycles. It's anagen, telogen, and catagen phase. Anagen is when it's growing. Catagen is when it's like in a pause state. Telogen is when it's separated. Think of telogen as you're on the phone and then you disconnect. Catagen is just like, stop it. I don't know, because you know how cats like do this. That's how I look at it. And anagen is like an A. You can go ahead. And your hair is normally growing 90% at that moment in phase. So a lot of people are like, well, if my hair is growing all the time, why is my hair not actually showing results? So a big key of the patience is looking at the things that you're wearing. What are you wearing on your body on an everyday basis where your hair could possibly rub, your hair can possibly get snagged, your hair can possibly be too open, meaning the environment around you, maybe it's really cold or it's really super dry, so it's sucking out the moisture out of your hair. If it's super cold, your hair is getting brittle because of the chaffing. Like how your skin is, it gets ashy. Same thing goes with your hair. You could even think about when you're doing your hair growth journey on the aspects of not just your hair, but what you're eating. That's a piece. And when you're eating and you're looking to bring change to your diet, you could do it for 2 weeks and be like, okay, I'm going back. Your body is in a cycle. Your body grows in cycles. So you have to actually do things to get it into a regular pattern so that it can actually reap the benefits that you are looking for. So in actuality, when you are growing your hair, you are going based on cycles of life, cycle of change, cycle of season, and that is the key piece to understand in this growth journey. It takes about 21 days to start a habit, 60 to hold it through, and then you have to remember that your body goes through different cycles. It's rejuvenating, and there's many different cycles. I'm gonna place that here on the screen to show you the different cycles of the body and how long it takes for things to renew. But when you're looking at this renewal process, you need to look at all aspects. We are, again, a system. Our body, we have the cardiovascular, we have the circulatory, the lymphatic, the integumentary, we have the digestive system, we have your reproductive system, you have your nervous system, you have your brain, your bones, you have your muscular system. So it's actually many different facets that need to play key roles into the growth. And it should not feel overwhelming because in actuality, when you start, patience, I'm outside. Patience, when you are starting to go in a process of rejuvenation, you are making this into a life experience. And that's why I tell you all the time that your hair growth is a life experience. It's not just about the hair that is growing on your body. It's about the things that you're doing on an everyday basis to see the results that you're looking for. So are you exercising? If you're exercising, are you working out the pieces of the body that needs to let off the stagnant energy in your body? When you are taking care of your nervous system, are you taking care of your social environment as well? Are you talking about your emotional environment as well? Are you looking at your spiritual environment? And these are those dimensions. patience is a virtue in the hair growth journey because we are going to make mistakes, and don't think of them as mistakes, just think of them as a learning and unlearning process. And that's the beauty of it, because it's a journey. You can start documenting and time logging things that you do on a daily basis. You can start looking at yourself, taking pictures after you do your workout, like I'm cute. I love doing that. You can take opportunities to make sure you're drinking your water and make it a vibrant thing, like putting fruits in your water or putting it in a glass, or looking and talking to your water. Different things that you can do on a daily basis to enhance that process of becoming your very better best self. And patience is a virtue in itself, due to the fact when you start renewing and relighting and reigniting, those patience pieces become the other virtues. You get your joy, your contentment, your self-discipline. That self-discipline is the main piece that you're working on in that hair growth journey overall. In your hair growth journey, like I said, self-discipline is key, because if you're trying to practice all these different pieces, you have to do it even when you don't feel like it. And that's the part where I'm referring to on the last video about accountability, because there may be days that it's just too much, and that's a pause day. But you need to be on a consistent measure and activating into these ways so that you can actually see the results that you are truly wanting. It's not just about putting things on your scalp and moving on. You have to get into the inner portions and pieces and being in order to see what you are looking and aspiring for. So when we're on this practice and pursuing into our most highest self, we need to as well be incorporating the spiritual piece too, because Creator wants to be a part of your journey, especially if you're going on a life experience journey. And when you bring Creator in, things just start to combine and align in a beautiful manner where you look back and you'll wonder why you weren't ever doing this before. And sometimes part of that process, let's say there were pieces that were unhealthy behavior patterns, God saw that part too. And it's not to say a punishment of removal, but there may be parts that do not feel the easiest in the inside while you're going on your hair process journey, because you have to remove things and let go of things that were negative habits or habits that were not servicing you. But one thing I do want to show you on the patience is a virtue is when you remove out a negative habit, you truly want to impart and embrace that with something else positive in the replacements pattern for that. And that being, when you don't replace something with something that was negative, you tend to fall back on that when you are actually triggered in your moments. And that is not what is going to assist on your hair growth journey. It's actually going to push you back. If you're trying to get into a positive habit, let's say, for example, I used to, and I'm not judging anybody, I don't really care, do what's best for your body. I do recommend it, but I used to smoke marijuana, for example. And so when I smoked that, yes, my hair was growing and thriving, but is it growing faster now? Yes. Why? Because I do not have those smoke pieces in my body. So actually my body doesn't have to work through those patterns. Now, what do you do to replace things like that? You go outside. I was already doing that. Some of the things you make up in patterns, going outside, being in nature, exercising your body, writing more, journaling, building more awareness, things of that nature replaces that. A lot of meditation. And I feel higher now than I did then. And that being because I've been building my relationship with Creator Christ. And I highly recommend it because it's really phenomenal work. And it's something that I'm truly grateful for, because I had to ask Creator to assist me in that process and journey, because what I was using that for more so was to numb my emotions. I got a lot going on at times, and that's what I wanted to do in replacement of that. But in actuality, being able to get back with Christ and being able to build my relationship with myself and finding more feminine essence and energy, it's like I don't really need that anymore. And I was able to suffice and replace, and my hair has been thriving and jiving and growing. And the coolest thing about all of this is when you're on that journey, your spiritual side, you actually can ask for things that Creator will want to grant, because God said ask, and he as well said write it down and make it plain, and he'll read it over and he'll make your visions come true. And I am so grateful in just all these patterns, even being able to speak with you all, because I've been wanting to get on and find a platform that is best for me to service others in a way like this, because this is one of my gifts and talents, and I love showing this. And I do like to do hair, but I knew I could help you all differently where you're at, even if you're in another place. And so it's truly an honor, and that took patience, because I've been on this process of doing this for about 2 to 3 years, actually 5, like when COVID started, and I'm just now fully getting activated into it. And it's starting on a small journey, but it increased. But again, like I was saying, that's a patience thing. As you do this too, you will start seeing not only your hair growing, but your skin growing, your nails growing, your peace of mind growing, being in your patience space. Patience is a virtue. All the seasons, they go through about 3. If you live in Ohio, we've been in the cold probably more like 4 instead of 3, but it's okay. But we have summer, spring, winter, fall. Think of your body going through those different cycles and seasons too. You may need different supplements when it's warmer. Warmer, and you may be needing different supplements when it's colder. Patience is a virtue. That is finding the needs that are best for you in your body. So with all of that being said, I want you to start looking and writing down the things that you want to see better in your process over time in life, not just about hair growth. I keep saying life due to the fact your hair holds a story of what you're going through. So in actuality, the different wellness dimensions will topple into the growth pattern of your hair, because you put the things on your hair, scalp, you do your deep condition and moisture, and then you call it a day. But in actuality, there's other things that you're doing on an everyday basis. You definitely should not be manipulating your hair 24/7 to get the results that you're looking for, because if you're putting your hands in your hair just like a plant, you actually are not going to see the things that you want to see, because you are ripping the hair out. So let's go ahead and just start looking at the things that we need in our overall life. And as you do that, embrace and put the hair growth pattern into that cycle. And at the end of the day, you will see what you are looking for over time, that patience. One other thing, while we are doing this patience and self-discipline, we are finding our content and joy in ourselves as well too. So when we're on our content and joy journey, it's not just about being happy all day. You can't be happy all day. I mean, you can, but it's not about happy. Happy is a feeling. That is not an emotion. And emotions are energy emotions. So you'll have joy and you're content too, but find the things that bring you peace and clarity. Make that your reward as you go on this journey. This is a process. This is not about just getting up and moving on. Like, if you're really looking for the hair growth that you're looking for, you are looking for a replacement of things that no longer services you, to be honest. And that's what Creator does for you. Creator, he said he will make you into a new creation. Hold on, it's a trolley. Okay, so he will make you into a new creation all over again. And that is the beautiful joy of the hair growth journey, because you improve in your strength, you improve in your sustainability and self, your restoration, and it just becomes a beautiful occurrence of joy, love, life, and your contentment and your peace will follow through, especially as you start check marking off the things on your list and rewarding yourself. That is a self-love, self-care practice that I really enjoy, and I think is a very positive way to look at life, because there's so many things that happen in life that it can try to get you down, but that is not of creator, that is of the enemy. And don't forget though, there is a time for everything in life. So there may be times that things are happening that's just very overwhelming to the point you don't know how to bear. Let your grief out. Don't hold that stuff in, but find the beauty of why you learned the lessons. You had that beautiful experience. You had the situations that occurred, and you'll just start feeling really good. So those fruits of the spirit, your patience, your joy, your contentment, your self-discipline, and last but not least, finding kindness. Not just kindness for yourself, but kindness for others too. All the golden rules in all cultures is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And please do unto others in kindness, because if you're not doing unto others in kindness, please note that I'm a former science teacher. Energy is not created or destroyed. It's only transferred or transformed. So whatever you show off onto others, that is what you are going to get back in result at the end of the day. So if you really think that you're going to keep continually doing things that are not kind to others and think those results will not serve that, people call it karma. You could call it the laws of nature, laws of gravitational effect. It is what it is. Whatever you say shall shoot. But being kind to others is something. When you're kind to others, you're being kind to yourself. And no, I'm not saying people pleasing. I'm talking about doing the things that you know are being in good spirit and good truth, and showing and planting seeds of change. That's really at the end of the day what we're looking for. And that's what's going to grow your hair out, because that is a wisdom, and your hair is a crown of glory. That's what it states in the Bible. And glory is an honor. That is not something to take as an egotistic. And God did say that your hair, don't be adorned by jewelry and all those things. And yes, I have that on, but it's your inner beauty that is what's going to be and suit you into your very better, best self. And with that being said, I again am Latrice Green. I am Tree from Tree Essentials. I am an advanced natural hair consultant and as well as certified wellness specialist. And so I can truly get you on a fast forward track on your hair growth journey from the inside out. You can click the link in my bio to book a consultation, and as well you can go ahead and join my free community where I have a plethora of resources to get you started on your holistic hair growth journey. And with that being said, we are restoring our tree to grow essentially. And yes, your hair is a tree. We are like a plant, and you have the ability to plant seeds, inspire others, and inspire change. And with that being said, you have a great day and or night whenever you are watching this. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. And as well, I look forward to working with you later. All right, you have a great day.